In this lesson, we'll continue working on the floor plan design, and this is lesson 4. So we have to finish the rooms. Let's take a look here. I've got most of this done, but if you notice here, there should have been a 5'10" space in there. And we accidentally constructed this. Instead of the bottom, we did the top. So, what do? Do you start over? No. What you do is actually this. Let's just verify this dimension here. And if memory serves me, I should be off by about 5 inches. So it should be 5'10", right? So how do you fix that? And of course, we could undo everything, but sometimes you're way into the project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in move. And so the nice thing is it's a 5-inch wall. All I need to do is select the top of that wall and move it down 5 inches, right? So then I can just go ahead and fix that. And I'm going to deal with that little hole later. You notice there's a little hole there, but let's just kind of continue working on here. So if you're kind of working and you make an error, you can just type in move and actually drag the whole wall and all the dimensions down there, right? So not a problem. And I'll show you how to fix that little gap there in a minute. So let's just kind of continue working on here. I've got this room that should have a 5-foot area, so it's justification. And remember, top is to the right, bottom is to the left. We're going to just keep working here. So I'm going to extend this out. Remember, I'm compensating for that 5-inch wall. So I can also just snap on the drawings from below, but here I went ahead and typed in that 10 foot 5 inches, and then I'm going to just clean this up as I go along because I'm going to get rid of this that T there in a minute. All right, so just verify all your dimensions here. So we'll click on this, and this should be 5 foot. Great, looks good. Okay. All right, so we're just going to continue building here, and you'll notice this one is on the wrong side. This is where the door is, so it's actually not all that important here. And you just play around with those multi-lines and where they go and where they snap from. Okay, so that is accurate. 2'4". It doesn't tell me what the other one is, but I know that if I on the justification, we're going to go on the top, which is to the right. If I click right there and go all the way up, well, I could just finish it here, but it actually goes up 5 feet 8 inches. So let's type 5 feet 8, enter, and then scale out a little bit. All right, so I can get rid of this door here and start cleaning this up. Just verify everything before I get too far ahead of myself. 5 feet 8 looks good. And I'm going to take that back so I have a T so I can clean that up with my multi-line feature. All right, so I'm going to zoom in here and see if I can fix this before I get a little too far. You notice I've got this weird gap there because I moved that whole wall down. So let's go to Object, and in the multi-line edit tools, I'm actually going to say Weld All. So you just got to kind of play. Essentially, I'm clicking the top and the bottom of that, and it's going to put that line back in there. All right, so now I'm back to my normal T where I can go to that multi-line edit tools, and I can either use the open or the close. You just have to play around with it. Be careful that you're not selecting the dimensions. So you'll see sometimes it does some weird things. So just go back and undo it. But it's a very handy tool here. All right, I need to select, there we go. Okay, so you can try around, and so it's actually active. I don't need to go back up and change it, and so we want to just make sure we're selecting both walls and the actual area in the middle. There we go. So I'm just going to go around and clean that up as best I can. I don't want to take too much time here because I want to get this demonstration done. So let's look at these other. Okay, so I've got a 6-foot internal wall from wall to wall. So we just can verify that. Okay, so that's 6 feet 11. Everything looks good. Remember, if it's off, there's show you some tricks on how to move everything. And that should be 2 foot 9. And again, I'm verifying everything, but I'm also having my dimensions for my final output. So there's a couple dimensions and pieces I notice that I haven't put in here. But let's go ahead and get as much as I can fixed in this next couple minutes. All right, so let's clean wherever I can here, this open T. There we go. All right. And it's active, so I can just go around. It's actually easier to do at the very end when you have just the one command line. But I've been stopping and showing you how to do it all along. Okay, so we're pretty much there. I do see that there's a couple other dimensions I need. I notice there's actually a little wall area down at the bottom where I started off my 0, 0. I need to go back and fix, but let's just go ahead and finish this off. Remember, the outside dimensions are always the larger, so you could quickly look at it and see from the outside of this that it's 30 feet by 30 feet. And so I'm just adding the dimensions that I need to finish this off. And you'll put your name in here and such. So continue with the dimensions, and you've completed the floor plan design. Inspect all the lines and doors, and you've completed the floor plan design project.